All right, workout vlog number 4. Today we're going to be doing basically just deadlifts and bench press. Depending on the time that I have left before our client comes in, we'll determine if I add anything else. So again, always start off with warm-ups. I'm starting with deadlifts for this one, and it's going to be, we're again aiming to do the 8x8. So this is going to be a fun one. Anytime you're doing the big compounds and 8x8, it gets brutal real quick, especially around, seems like set 3, I start to feel it. So me personally, I for the most part like to just deadlift basically just in my socks. I just find gives me a little bit more better feel, balance. Yeah, so it's moving good, nice and easy. All right, so I'll admit today my biceps are sore after my arm workout 2 days ago, so I might have to add straps in a couple sets. Other than that, everything else feels a little more recovered today. So, here we go. See how I set up my deadlift, just for note, feet straight underneath my shoulders and hips, just like if I were to do a vertical jump. This gives me the most vertical force, allows me to push down a lot harder through the feet so that I'm able to apply force into the bar much easier. You'll probably notice me change my grip up a few times as well. That time, didn't even give a full thumb around grip. I just want to see how it felt with a false grip. Felt good, but it's not something I'll replicate very much during this. Sometimes I do that just kind of test how the grip feels. There, it felt good. Like it's 225. It's not a big heavy weight. It's just personally, I haven't been consistent on my deadlifts, so I fatigue faster on them. It is one of my favorite lifts though. It's all about that butt power. Glutes, low back, hamstrings, quads, full body gets into it, but those are the big movers. So if you notice, before I actually pull a bar off the ground, I pull myself to the bar. I pull the slack out of my arms so that they're nice and straight. I don't want my biceps tendons taking on the load, especially if I were to go heavier than this. My biceps tendons can't necessarily support that kind of weight, whereas if the arms are nice and straight, and then goes up through the shoulder, the upper back, keeps everything, takes the slack out so that you're strongest. Also, never kind of jerk the bar off the ground. Great way to get hurt. Whew. So now the fatigue's starting to kick in pretty hard. My grip, it's not necessarily that the grip is failing, just I can feel like by the last few reps, it starts to get a little weaker. Instead of going alternating grip, just because both my biceps are really sore still, I'm just gonna throw straps on just to take the grip out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw straps on. So we got one more set to go. Then we drop the weight again, and we do the high reps. Alright, so as you can see, the setup's a little different here for the high rep set. I just grabbed an aerobic step to do deficit deadlifts with. But again, even the setup completely is going to be different here. I'm going to be going with a wider grip, not quite snatch grip, somewhere in between where I was and snatch grip. So using the quote unquote power rings on the bar, I'm just putting my pinky basically on the first one instead of on the second one, which is right about where my snatch grip would be. So it's a little bit wider. Allows me to get a little bit deeper. The deficit as well makes you get deeper into it, more range of motion, makes it a little bit harder, a little bit more activation of some muscles. But yeah, this is where we go aiming 15 to 20 reps here. So it's 155 pounds. That's honestly all I really got. Butt started twitching a little too much. Tells me it's near failure. All right, now we go on to barbell bench press. I'm gonna be going with basically a biochromial grip here. Standard barbell. Aiming again, 8x8. We'll see how that goes. Of the primary lifts, this is by far my worst. Yeah, it is what it is. But how do we get better at anything? We practice, we get better at it, we push ourselves. It's the only way to get better. So always set up eyes right under the bar. 5 points of contact, your head, 2 shoulder blades, your ass, and then your 2 feet firmly on the ground, pushing down. Now because it's nice and warm out, I don't really need as much of a warm up, especially after doing deadlifts. I'm already pretty warm. Okay, 8x8 might be a reach. I'm a little more tired after those deadlifts than I thought. Whew. I'm in trouble. Oh boy. I'm in danger. Oh boy. Oh. No, sadly, that's all I got. So, got through 5 sets of it. There's just no point to really just keep pushing through with it. So now I'm going to drop down to the volume set. Well, that didn't go quite to plan. Some days you got it, some days you don't. Today is one of those days I just don't got it. The reason why I don't bother doing the last few sets is that at a certain point there's the law of diminishing returns. I'm at that diminishing returns part where there's no added benefit to do it just for the volume. At a certain point it just becomes detrimental. You're just breaking down faster than you can actually be able to do anything. So cut it there because I couldn't even get 60%. You need 60% minimum basically to continue with doing something like this. If you're falling below that, you're just not recovering. You're just being sadistic to yourself for no benefit. And too many people in training do that to their own detriment. I'm not a fan of doing that to myself or others. So there's a time and place for pushing through. This isn't either of those. You will see times when it is. Oh boy. So that's all for the workout today. Yeah, only 2 exercises. An A and a B series, very high volume. The aim was to get 84 reps of each. I didn't get that for either of them. Yeah, post-workout shake. It's going to be, again, it's going to be 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. It's going to be a half scoop of the ATP Labs greens and reds superfood mix, as well as a scoop of their grass-fed whey. And I'm also going to add a half scoop of pentacarb, just because I can feel low energy, and it's really going to help the uptake of the protein to be used for recovery and muscle protein synthesis instead of being broken down for energy. But yeah, remember, like and subscribe to the channel. If you've got any questions on what I'm doing, leave a comment below. You can also find me on Instagram at wrestlingperformance. You can get 10% off at ATP Labs at the link below. Use code WRESTLING10 to get that. We'll see you on the next workout. It's going to be back to doing legs again. As well, you'll see the new podcast episode on elevation and altitude. That'll be out probably tomorrow. When you see this, it'll be out the day after that. Since how I'm not training on Sunday, today's Saturday, June 7th. Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.